welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie and I am bringing you day 6 in my December daily. And we look in my album, you can see where we left off was with this transparency. So we'll be working with the back side of this. Now, to be honest, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make this work. So if I can't, I have a plan B for covering this up and starting a new page. So just kind of, I just have to think about how I want to do day 7 so that I know where I want to have this positioned. So that's the album. My idea or my story for day 6 is all about the Christmas cards that I've made and sending them out. So I have a picture of all the postage stamps that I bought along with the receipt for how much I paid, because I thought that would be kind of interesting to look back in a number of years. And then here's me getting ready to address all the cards as well as all the cards all ready to go. And I have some statistics that I want to put in the journaling block that I have here. So that's what's going there. Now you can see that I cut these out with the postage stamp or postage die. It's this one here from Simon Says Stamp. And what I would like to do is adhere this to a flap. So on the front here, I would have a stamp that would look like a postage stamp so that when you open it up, you can see both of these pictures. That's the plan anyways. So to make the stamp, I actually went online and found an inspiration piece or an inspiration stamp, postage stamp, and it had a picture of a post office box. So if I can find the photo, I will insert it into the video so that you can see what was inspiring me. And I happen to have this stamp set from, who is this from? It's a Stampolistic collection. From Stampolistic.com, and this is supposed to be for mailing your, decorating your envelopes and stuff. So anyways, I thought we could put that on there and finish it all up and color it with some Copic markers. So that's where I'm going to start with, then we'll worry about how we're going to get it into the album. So the first thing I want to do is I just have some Georgia Pacific white cardstock here. I'm just going to trim this out using the same die that I trimmed my photos. Okay, so I just did a little bit of a quick layout for my postage stamp. So the image is going to go right here. I'm going to use this Joy from Ellie Edwards kit down at the bottom. I'm going to use the 6 for day 6, but it's also going to represent 6 cents. So I'll write the cent symbol in here. And then we are going to color this in. So first things first, let's get this stamped. Okay, so I have some scratch paper here because this is a red rubber set. Or red rubber stamp. I just want to do a quick test and make sure I am happy with how this is positioned. So we're just going to do a quick little test. Add that in. Whoops. And add the 6. And I think that looks good. So let's stamp on the real deal. I am using Memento Tuxedo Black because I am going to use my Copic colors, my Copic markers in order to color these in, and this ink is Copic friendly. Looks good. Okay, so I am not a Copic color expert by any stretch of the imagination. I just like to color. So I'm going to speed through the coloring because I'm not going to do anything really crazy. But I have, for reds, I have R24, R27, and R29. For greens, I picked 2. I've got G16 and G28. For browns, I have E33, E35, and E37, and then I have BG10 for the snow. decided to add 2 more colors, C5, C7, and what I used to color the bells was an old gold Creative Memories pen. Very, very old. Like probably 15 years old, if not older. But any gold pen would do. Then we're gonna add some stickles. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Let me zoom you out a little bit. That's what that looks like. It's going to need some time to dry before we can finish it. So we're going to move on to the rest of the page. Okay, so I've decided that I do not want to use the back side of this page for my day 6. I want to use this side. That way day 7 will be open. I can have a 2-page spread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the cards from the Ellie Edwards kit. I'm just going to fix that on there. I'm going to take another one of the wood veneer circles, affix that on top. And then also from the kit were these white wood veneers, and this ampersand is actually in the card, so I thought it would be kind of fun to repeat it on top like that. So that's going to be super simple. Let me glue that down. Okay, so for day 6, I actually want it to be on a full sheet that's 8.5 wide, similar to the page I had done with my Christmas wishes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this flocked paper, because I think this will look quite nice with the postage stamp on top. And so I'm going to trim this down to 8.5 by 8.5, and we will punch this in. Now this is not super thick paper. It's more like it's more paper than cardstock, but I'm okay with that for right now because my intention is on the back side to put a full photo, and that will give it some stability. So that's the next step. Okay, so I think I've come up with a way to hinge this. So I have taken a 1/2-inch piece of paper or cardstock, I've scored it in half, and I've aligned it, or I'll show you how I'm going to align it, so that, I don't know if you can see, you see how the postage stamp has a straight edge and then it's got the curve? So I want to align the fold just below that straight edge so that it doesn't cut that. That's really important. Otherwise it'll completely sever it in half and you'll lose your fold. So just to help me make sure this gets positioned correctly, I am using some washi tape, and I'm actually going to tape the entire thing down to the cutting plate because we don't want this to move. And it is cut side up so that I could see what was going on. So let's see if I did a good enough job of lining this. And I did go back and forth a couple times because it is 2 sheets of cardstock. Okay, moment of truth. See if we manage to do a good job. So it looks okay. Okay, so let's get this attached to my photos. I want to trim this down so it's a little bit thinner. So now it's just a matter of aligning this and adhering it. So, and I'm going to use some score tape for that if I can find it. So now you can see I've got this little hinge. I just want to make sure that this is put on correctly. See, that would have been backwards. This is the way we want it. Okay, so now we're going to attach that to this paper. Now because it has some flocking on it, I think I'm going to do a combination of both score tape and some Tombow Mono. That's always my solution whenever I worry about something not adhering or is going to be difficult to adhere. It just gives me, I think, some added bonus to have both types of adhesive. Okay, so because I want to wrap this day up, I'm going to do something a little bit risky, and I may pay for this. Actually, what I want to do, we're going to try and adhere the top on even though it's not dry yet. I don't know, you guys. I may be playing with fire. And that is day 6. Postage stamp, and then open it up. You can see the postage that I purchased and how many cards I sent out. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I'm just going to let this dry before I put it in my album. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this inspired you to get working on your album if you haven't already started. If you have, let me know below how it's going for you. And if you've created any pages and shared them on social media, leave me your handle down below and I would love to check them out. Until next time, happy crafting.